Hi, I'm Garvin DeShazer, and today we'll be looking at the principles of trust, hope, and new beginnings. Discover what happens when society's most scorned gets a second chance and is embraced as one of us. I hope you'll enjoy this story because this is your daily inspiration. In Miami, Florida, customers gather in what appears to be any other well-kept fashion boutique in the city. One young woman spots a sign that says, Leap, L-E-A-P. "What's this?" she asks. As the assistant manager explains, she watches the young woman's cheerful demeanor turn sober and her face wash with the look. It's a familiar look. The look says, "I know who you are. You aren't one of us. You're a monster. You're scary. You're bad. You can't be trusted, and I'd better stay away from you." The reason for the look? She was an ex-convict. She had left her past behind, starting over as the assistant manager of a thrift shop. But the past would never leave her entirely. Raised in Florida, she had a difficult childhood filled with abuse. She felt alone and lost, and at age 16 she married her high school sweetheart and had 2 children. "I had a lot of stuff to deal with," she says. "My husband died early into our marriage, and I didn't handle it well." Rebecca developed a severe addiction to pain pills and, in 2011, started a 4-year stint in prison. "At the time, I didn't realize I was an addict," she says. "I just thought I was a party girl." Shortly after her release, she entered a drug treatment program, but within a year she relapsed and went back to the same actions that had led to her incarceration the first time. "It's very hard to walk out of prison to reestablish yourself if you have none of the tools to live," she says. "I actually turned myself in because I was sick of how I was living. I was ready to do prison again just so I knew I could be safe." Safe, it would turn out, but not free. In her 2-year second prison term, Rebecca stayed out of danger, but she still didn't trust herself, so she stayed stuck. Fact was, no one, including herself, had ever trusted her. Until one day, a new door opened. In early 2018, shortly before her prison release, Rebecca learned about LEAP, the quote, Ladies Empowerment and Action Program. This program provides education and personal guidance to women scheduled to be released from prison in the next 12 to 18 months. "We started out offering mostly entrepreneurial training," says Executive Director of LEAP, Malia Lindquist. "But it quickly became clear that no one can be a business owner if they have addiction issues and unresolved trauma." Rebecca was one example. When she entered LEAP, she had 14 felonies under her belt and had nearly given up hope. "I didn't have anything," Rebecca says. "I was living on the streets, barely surviving. Finding the program felt like hope and light at the end of the tunnel." That day she journaled, "God, whatever the LEAP program is, I want it." "He answered my prayer," she said. To help the women coming out of prison learn the basics of business and develop the work habits needed to succeed either as entrepreneurs or in the job market, LEAP opened the Dragonfly Thrift Boutique. Rebecca began working the day she was released from prison. She began building her resume to apply to jobs outside the organization. She was one of the people in our program who was really committed to starting over, says Malia. Soon, Rebecca became Dragonfly's permanent assistant manager. "That's supposed to be a temporary position," she says, "but the board members were saying, 'We don't want to lose you.' I decided this is where my heart is." As she worked, Rebecca started to put herself out there to customers. She shared her past and its connection to the program. "Their face changes when they realize I've done 6 years in prison," says Rebecca. They say, "Wow, you don't look like the type." And I say to them, "I don't think there is a type. Unless you want to say the type is a mother, a sister, a daughter, there's the type. Rebecca McLemore continued to build her new life. She learned to train service dogs for wounded veterans, an aptitude she discovered during her first prison term, when she was chosen to be part of a dog training program. She was a natural, able to train dogs that even pros have trouble with. She soon began her own company. My first client actually is a police officer, says Rebecca. For a police officer to trust me is amazing. For the first time in Rebecca's life, those around her trusted her, and so she began to trust herself. Her hope is that others can do the same. I would love for people to view ex-convicts as humans that need compassion, not just a person who has a number, but who has a heart and who needs help, Rebecca says. Malia shares her vision. Most people in prison are not bad people. They're there because they haven't had the same opportunities as others, and if embraced and included, they have so much to offer. Rebecca found her second chance. She took a risk, and in turn, her faith and courage led her out of the darkness into a life of hope and new beginnings. She found people who trusted her and included her as one of them. In turn, she learned to trust herself. What pieces of your past do you carry with you that destroy your happiness and connection to others? What second chances might be open to you if you entertain the possibility that change is possible and let someone in? And who do you know that could use a second chance? Will you say, I am trustworthy and willing to trust again? I am capable of receiving or giving a second chance today? Thanks for listening. May your day be filled with love, laughter, and joy. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Scott, producer for the Daily Inspirations podcast. We hope you're enjoying these stories, and if you'd like more inspiration in your life, visit mydailyim.com. You can find weekend blog posts, sign up for our email update list, and you can let us know about an inspirational story you'd like us to cover. Or just say hi. We'd love to hear from you.